off to the races.
Does both work, or what is it?
Does both mics work?
They do.
I'm waiting for translation, that's why.
Translation is what? I just did that. No, you set the browser source. One sec.
Technical interruptions, please wait.
So this one is, okay, I can.
Don't touch it. That's for the translation.
Oh, that's for translation.
Yeah,
so I can't
don't
speak.
move around too much.
I can't move around. Oh,
No, so yeah, don't move too much. Be in this area for the translation.
You're not my police. I will move around as much as I want.
all right, suck it.
After you, man.
Woo, look, I have to go over here. So that was not what I thought it was, but I like to move around when I do my talks, so that sucks. So I'm going to limit myself here because we say the camera's over there, and yeah, we're going to do that. So let's see if this one works then. It does. Awesome. I'm sorry already for the slides. I did not know we're going to have this on thingy, so I added my own header thing, so I'm sorry for that. It's going to occupy some screen space for you. And I can tell already that my image is going to be a little bit cut in the edges. I'm sorry for that as well. Well, anyway, with that said, I've got the honor to do a keynote today, and I was invited over by the TenguSec and TenguCon Orgas, Amal, and Cicada. And with that, I want to extend my gratitude and thankful for them to be able to be here. This is my first time in Tokyo. This is my first time in Japan. And what a lovely town it is. I love this place. With that said, you have no idea who I am. And I'm going to explain a little bit. And this is going to be the spirit of the whole talk. It's going to be me explaining what I've done, and from there, the lessons of doing so. And it goes in the spirit of the previous talker from Chicadas. So what I do is I hack RFID systems. You have plenty of RFID systems in Japan. I love it. And I got to meet some awesome Felica hackers and Zueka hackers. Shout out to you guys there. And I do use 4 spaces instead of tab. I love open source, and I do some bug bounty runs as well, which is also fun because 2 of those people actually was here. But what I'm mostly known as is my involvement in the Proxmox 3 project. I'm so involved in that project. It's an old product, right? It's 20 years old, and I'm so involved in that product, so I'm kind of a poster boy for RFID hacking in the world. Which I don't understand why. I just having some fun and do things, and then people tell me I'm very good at building communities. So I also do more things than just building communities. I actually contribute a whole heap of code. And I make that Proxmox code better and better. And I've been doing that for more than a decade. And it was so much last year, I'm up to over 10,000 commits of changes to that code. Today, that code base has 20,790 commits or something like that. So it's pretty much the next guy, Philip Töven, who's an awesome RFID hacker. We come up with some great research this year and next year and last year. He's not even close. So this is me explaining, I do a lot of source code. And now you think I'm an elite hacker, source code developer. Maybe, maybe not. But I am a good developer because I've also done some certificates, and I've done Master of Computer Science, and I just like computers. But when I don't do computers, I also do bug bounties, which leads me to buses. And it ended up this summer or this spring when we were standing on Wall Street, and BugCrowd was running a live hacking event, were so generous of us, they allowed us to get a little time on the Wall Street big time board or ad board there. And it says a little emoji con there. And that was one of the highlights in my hacker career from being a person who just sits in my own home in Sweden and end up there. So I don't know if you hear buses. I love you, brother. And from that as well, Michael, but he's not here, he's on the side there. But anyway, that was a great event. That event was 2 days of intensive things, and I was actually sitting on a plane directly from this event, flying from New York over to Singapore. And the reason I did that, because I was doing a talk at Black Hat Asia the next day. So that was interesting. Now, it all will connect what I'm trying to say to you now. But what this talk is about is lessons of failing and lessons of research. And now you think it's going to be bored because this is the last talk of the last day and everybody's like tired. It will be a little bit more interesting. It will be exploits and some shit like that later on. But I want you to understand what I'm trying to tell you, how I think, and how I approach things. And with that persistency, I am able to stand here today. So, lessons of failing. This is basically what I come up with, what I've done, what I've not done. It's like I have to admit failure. When I don't know things, I have to go, okay, fuck it, I have to learn. I also have to realize something called never give up. Just because you don't have the knowledge right now doesn't mean that you have to quit this topic forever. You also need some people to talk to. Someone who thinks similar to you in the same interest, which you can bounce ideas with, which you feel comfortable talking to. Because they will be what they call your rubber ducky. You know, have you seen that coding where people say they talk to a rubber ducky? And then you solve software problems? Same thing. Be silent at the presentation. Yeah, that's when you have your research and keep your shut mouth about it because other people will steal it. So that's come from academia world where it's like, you know, keep the lid on. And until you do your talk, then you release a paper, you release your things, so you get the credits for it. And as always, read the damn data sheets. I cannot stress this fact much enough. Get the data sheets on the online, internet somewhere, wherever you go and find them, and read it. I don't expect you to understand them, because I don't either. And then the final one, kill your heroes. It comes from the KISS, the KISS concept. Keep it simple, stupid. Kill your heroes or kill your darlings is another one. It comes down, don't believe that some people are so great that they cannot be wrong. So some people of you don't want to talk to me anymore because I'm too good at stuff, which I'm not. I'm quite humble and I'm very approachable, so you can talk to me about anything if I'm not tired. But don't think just because I have some kind of name that I know everything. Nobody does. That's the secret. Remember that. So, whoops, fuck. No, don't do that, please. Lessons of failing. My first Proxmox.
I really hate standing there, sorry. I'm gonna stand here. It's much better. So, who am I? How did I become Iceman? Do you know that? No, because you don't know me at all. The Proxmox was developed by a guy called Jonathan Vestus over 20 years ago. And I met a guy here who's Hugo, but I don't see him here in the audience. Otherwise, if you do, you would get a shout out. And he gave Jonathan his first RFID reader. And that's why he started his interest as a PhD or master's thesis and started developing this tool. I came into this world 2013, like almost a decade later, when people said, oh, it's all done. The greatest joke with Proxmox was, it can do anything, but you have to implement it yourself. So I was going through a divorce, and it was crap. That was the worst time of my life. It sucks. Elephant poo. It was dark. And I always loved computers, and I wanted to lift myself up. And I was like, I'm going to do something for me. And it happened to be in my hometown, on another place, a hackerspace in our town. They were exploiting the bus transport ticket system. Does that sound familiar here in this Tokyo? I don't know why. And they were talking about a device called Proxmark. And the cards they were using were MyFair Classic. So I knew that their town had the same system as in my hometown. And I'm like, yeah, I will get one of those Proxmarks. So I go like online, go up there. It's $300 for a Proxmark back in the days. Still is if you buy the wrong one. And I order it and then instantly forget it. But I'm kind of joyous, I'm kind of happy. 2 weeks go by, and I get this package. I pick it up, and open it up. I'm a little boy, and it's a PCB board. And I'm like, now what? This is not a product that I expected. I've never done embedded things. I never flashed an MCU ever. This was all new to me. So I was like, going online, I was on the Proxmark forum asking questions, and I go like, follow the guide. Yeah. But I know computers, so I should do this. And I'm on Windows. People go like, maybe you should try Linux. No. I can do this. So I find this MingV environment. I start setting it up, and I keep on failing. And I asking people, and people go like, did you follow the guide? No, because I'm good at this, I should do this. And I just keep on failing. So after 1 week of failing, of trying to install and set this up, I was like, okay, fuck it. I wrapped it up, and I put it on a shelf in my office. It's about that high, and I put it up there. And it was like a cat sitting up there, like a love-hate relationship. So when you look up there, it looks down back at you, reminding you how you failed as a person, how bad you are. And it's like, ugh. Because I was not ready to learn. I wasn't willing to admit to myself that I have to change. So how long did it take for me? Well, it took 1 month, it took 2 months, it took 3 months. God let me bake a little bit longer, so it took 6 months before I was ready. I looked at it the final time and thought to myself, I spent $300 on this thing. Do you know what, Iceman? I wasn't Iceman, man. Anyway. And let's just try it. Just do it one more time, and then that's it. So I took it down again, and I was like, where's that guide? And I started following it. And it compiled. I'm like, wow. And then I typed in the flashing command, have a nice day. And now I memorize these steps so much because in my head, I've done these steps now so many times. So I rushed out to the kitchen, got my transport ticket card, run over, put the card on my first on my antenna, HF antenna, and I typed in the command, HF, MF, dark nested, dark side. And it says, execution, average runtime, 25 seconds. At 27 seconds, the first key pops up, and I go, that dopamine kick was so intensive. It gave me so much joy. And I was like, yeah, more. And that's why I'm here. See, I never got that over. RFID hacking gave me all of these dopamine kicks.